People who hardly get sick, what's your secret? I don't have kids. Ha ha ha, came here to say this. I've got twins. That first year of preschool was a coughing, sniffling, feverish hell. All the exercise and diet and hand washing in the world won't save you when you're living with somebody who understands their universe by trying to cram as much of it as possible into their mouth. Lots of sleep. When I was in high school, I barely slept given how much homework I had to do every night of the week. I got so sick with colds and allergies that were so bad thanks to the overall exhaustion and stress. Once I got to my freshman year of college and I didn't need to be in class at 7:15 every morning, I slept so much and never got sick. Even living in a dorm, I never had anything worse than a minor cough. I never leave my house. If I had a house, I'd be the neighborhood weirdo because I stay indoors so much. Is that the case for you? Stay away from kids and people who have them. I never got sick until I had to be in an office full of parents of young kids. Ugh. This is my issue too. One person in the office gets sick from their kid and immediately it spreads throughout the office. Combination of good genetics, eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, good mental health, and not being in close contact with a lot of people, going to a lot of events with crowds. I get a cold maybe once every 12 to 18 months, and that's about it. Lots of bourbon for me. I swear that works. Alcohol kills germs, it's science. I never got sick. Then I got COVID. Since then I'm catching just about every bug that goes around. I'm the same. I used to get a bad cold once every year or even every 18 months if that. Now I'm sick every couple of months. I'm very antisocial, so I'm rarely around other people enough to get sick. Add to this, my job is me, alone, in a truck for 12-ish HRS day. Occasionally a brief interaction with a dock worker. And my last kid at home does online school. But even before that I just never got sick even when the rest of the family did. I guess good genes. Because I sure as hell don't do any healthy. Get your cortisol so high that you're in functional fight, freeze, or miscellaneous survival mode. And stay there. The cortisol will keep any illness you collect in a waiting area of sorts. The secret is to not let your cortisol drop because then the waiting area door is open but your immune system is still asleep because it thought the natural steroids had it covered. For all the teachers, students, and everyone else in between wondering if this is why, look up. The letdown effect. You'll be surprised to know you're the most named examples who this happens to. I found out the name for it last week when a 6-month-long stressor dissipated in mere minutes and an hour later I was sick, bound to be a vegetable for 5 days. In the long run, you're more likely to fall sick when you're stressed constantly because your immune system is suppressed when your cortisol level is high, which makes you more susceptible to the common cold and flu. Holy shit. My constant worry anxiety may be a factor for me that I never even thought of. I usually only get a little bit ill and it goes away in about 1 to 3 days for many years. The only exception was about 2 years ago. I got COVID for 5 days, but not in the worst way, thank God. Never thought of the whole fight-flight factor and I'm officially shook. Denial. I've got friends who never get sick, but they do get stricken with sudden unseasonable allergies that cause sore throat, cough, aches, fever, etc. for several days to a week or so. A lot of good tips here, but here is one more. Learn to recognize your precursor signs of being sick and react with rest, hydration, maybe a warm bath and sick days ASAP. Getting your game on those white blood cells works wonders. Yup, I'm generally pretty healthy, but every once in a while I start feeling a bit run down. That's my cue to take it easy for a few days, get lots of rest, hydrate, maybe take a day off work. That way it doesn't get a chance to develop into actual illness. Aside from COVID, I haven't gotten sick in at least 10 years. And it's not like I have no exposure. I literally work at a garbage dump. This is it. Laying in bed for a day at the first sign equals a 2-day sickness instead of a 2-week one. I wash my hands a lot and keep them out of my eyes, mouth. I wear a mask on airplanes. I have kids, they wash their hands a lot too. It helps. Same. I don't touch my face at work, hospital, unless I've washed my hands. Anytime I get home from work errands where I know I probably touched something, gas pump, ATM, dumbbells, door handles, I will disinfect my phone and wash my hands. You would think I would be at a higher risk because of working at a hospital, but I haven't been sick since March. Basic hygiene and no more. I don't use antibacterial soaps. I don't worry excessively about hand washing. Basically, I let my body be exposed to normal, everyday bacteria and viruses so that when I accidentally get exposed to the rough stuff, like if I can't avoid working with someone sick at work, my immune system is strong enough to fight it off. I get sick maybe once every 4 or 5 years. When I used to live this way, I was sick constantly, especially with the flu. In the past 20 years I've only got the flu once, and I never got COVID either. Excessive hand-washing for the win, in my opinion. There's a big difference between living like this in normal circumstances and doing it when there's sick people around you. When I'm exposed to a sick person, I do hand wash immediately after and avoid touching surfaces the sick person may have touched or eating food they may have contaminated. You're definitely not looking to expose yourself to high levels of active pathogens. Also, genetics plays into it too. Some people just have stronger immune systems, and if you're not one of those, you definitely have to take more care. 100%. Microdosing bacteria, viruses, germs is the way to go. Ah yes. Glad to know someone else frequently licks windows. Just cause I'm reading so many comments that list people's methods for avoiding illness, I have to say for the record that I almost never get sick, and I do none of that. I don't exercise, I eat processed food and too much of it. I sleep poorly and keep irregular hours. I take no medication or supplements. I'm stressed as fuck, and I haven't been to a doctor in 40 years. People in my household get sick and it mostly bypasses me. The only thing I've actively protected myself from is COVID. I've stayed away from crowds, worn masks when I have to be in public, and gotten all the shots. And even sleeping in the same bed with someone who had COVID 3 times, I never got it. My unhealthy lifestyle will catch up with me, but I can only attribute this story so far to luck. Maybe you get sick, but feeling like shit is a baseline for you so you don't notice. I had that for a while when my Crohn's was really bad. I didn't realize until the flare-up ended that I was feeling like shit every single day, but thought that was just my life. I drink water from a hose. Have a gas station sandwich. It unlocks night vision and unlimited health. Honestly, I think it's mostly luck, but staying active, eating right, and getting enough sleep definitely help. Also, not stressing too much about every little thing probably makes a difference. It's all genetic, unless you mask. Yep, says this masker who used to be sick all winter, every winter. I haven't been ill for 5 years. It's fantastic. I've been wearing masks in indoor public settings since March of 2020. Same. Got COVID once from a coworker who comes to work sick, so 2 air cleaners and a fan, plus masking at all times in our shared office, and haven't been sick again since. She's sick pretty often, but wears a mask when we're in the office together. Avoiding people I know are sick. I wear a mask if there's something like a cold or flu going around at work when I'm close proximity. I don't go out in big groups, don't have children, and am avoidant of strangers when I'm out and about. I eat decently and take vitamin C/D supplements during the winter. Noting, I like to walk a lot as well. I get sun when I can. I used to get sick a lot. Here is what I did that worked for me. 1. Eat better: garlic, onions, mushrooms, eggs, grass-fed beef, greens, beans, olive oil, fresh fruit, and cut out processed foods and seed oils. 2. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. 3. Exercise. I walk 6 to 7 miles a day. 4. Find a way to reduce stress. That's it. Not only not getting sick, but feeling much, much better. Good luck. Stay away from crowds. Wash your hands. Don't touch things other people touch without cleaning them first. If you don't touch your face before washing your hands, you can avoid 99% of illness. It's wild to scroll down this far to see some wisdom. I wear a high-quality mask properly. I think it's good genetics. I don't associate with other humans physically if I can help it. No social life. This one is probably more for women. I was severely anemic for a while because of heavy periods. I would be sick for almost the entirety of the respiratory season every year. After I got my iron infusions, that all stopped. I rarely get sick now. Check your iron, TBC, ferritin and hemoglobin, my dudes. I take loads of sick days from work to maintain my level of chill. I swear, it's great. Fancy a day off? Don't go to work then. There's always another couple of hours in bed, or maybe a video game and a joint. I try to avoid at least 10% of all Mondays. Sometimes, though, it just has to be that midweek break. People will call it laziness, but it's actually mental and physical health awareness. People do not understand the number one killer is stress. Just say fuck it, hit the bong and watch Lost. You will not only live longer but happier as well. We really should all be working 8-hour days with a 3-day weekend. The whole working 40 hours till you are 6'5" just so you can sit on a beach with arthritis does not seem like golden years to me. I'd rather die at 60 knowing I enjoyed myself than die at 80 knowing I only spent 20 years out of my entire life actually enjoying it. What is your secret to never getting sick? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.